Hey guys, Delora Davos here. Thank you for joining me for day 20 of Ethany's 31 Days of Tarot. Today is your favorite lovers card. So I have 4 different lovers cards kind of placed out before me. And anyway, here we go. I hope you're enjoying the raining day. I don't know if it's too loud or not, but hopefully it's not too loud. First off, we're going to do the lovers card from Patrick Valenza's Trionfi della Luna, his Marseille deck. And I just love that it's the devil. Like, I saw this, I was like, what? I love it, you know? It kind of harkens back to more of like the Two of Cups feel that I get from the Deviant Moon, which I really like because it's like she's with this skeleton thing that kind of looks like death. And like, anyway, I just kind of like this, this kind of idea. Like, it makes you kind of think about the lovers card differently. Anything that can get you to think about something differently, I think is super amazing and super valid. The next 2 are actually, I'm such a fangirl for Pixel Occult and his work. So we have the lovers card here, and what I like about it isn't just that it shows queer couples and queer people. It's that it is the marriage of feminine and feminine and masculine in a really nice way about, you know, loving yourself. And there's just also something very beautiful about this card aside from that. There's a bunch of other people in this card because you don't just have the 4. There's this person here, the Cupid character, shooting the bow down, but then you have this face in this cloak right here. And then down here, you have this guy wearing an eagle headdress and this guy wearing a lion headdress. And it's just absolutely beautiful. And then you have the Orphic egg and all of that. Oh, you actually have, you know, the bow shooting this way and the bow shooting that way, meeting in the middle. Yeah, that's it's really, really cool imagery. This is from his Wayward Dark deck. The next one from Pixel Occult is from the Neon Moon Tarot. And I like that it shows 2 individuals that look exactly the same. I say individuals because these are, you know, according to the lore of the Neon Moon, he kind of world builds this deck very nicely in his little white book. And if you're interested in this, his website, pixeloccult.com, has a little white book there for you to read it. In fact, it's easier to read than the little white book that comes with it. It's easier on your eyes if you're if you're too squinty. But these are AI robots. They're companion bots, if you get my drift. And he says something in his lore about how, you know, they're here to solve people's problems, but they end up creating more. And like, I feel like, you know, it's very much what social media did, you know, or what it seemed to do. A lot of people were like, oh, this is going to bring us together. And then it just tore them apart. Like, you know, because that's what social media does. It tears people apart. It doesn't bring them together. And it's also kind of like, you know, nobody really loves them, but they can love themselves. You know, and like, I think that that is a very nice and very powerful statement for the lovers cards. And it also says something, I think, really nicely about sex workers as well. And so that's, you know, the myriad of reasons why I absolutely love that card. Moving on, and this one's going to be a bit rambly because this is probably like one of my instant top favorite, like #1 favorite lovers card ever. And it is the lovers card from the Marielle Tarot. You don't really see a lot of interracial representation, but whenever I do, it just makes me so happy. I'm from a biracial family, and one of my favorite things to say is, I'm obviously not the biracial one, and everyone just kind of looks at you funny. Because, you know, in the media and stuff, whenever biracial families are pictured, you know, all of the kids come from all of the same parents. And in the media and in TV shows and everything, if there are children that are of a different ethnicity than the rest, it's usually adoption or fostering or something like that, and that's like a key component to the actual story. You can't sit there, watch it, and pretend, you know, that they're not adopted. It's one of the things that I really, really liked about the Lost in Space reboot. That's what it is, you know, Danger, Will Robinson. Because the oldest sister, she's a woman of color, and they don't really talk about it until towards the end of the season. And it's revealed that she's, you know, from a previous marriage, and that that's her stepfather. And you're like, oh, she's not adopted. I wanted to cry, you know, that, like, they weren't gonna, like, just make her adopted. I was so happy that they did not make her fucking adopted. And that's something that really bothered me as a child, was, you know, people assuming that, you know, my brother was adopted when he wasn't. As if poor white people have any business adopting children of another race. Like, really? We're too poor to fucking adopt people. You're crazy. So, this to me is just, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. And it makes me feel like that representation is there. Where usually it's very blindly cast aside. Now, because we are talking about the tarot, one of the big things is that, because, I mean, in the Thoth Tarot, you have a dark man and a light woman. You wouldn't necessarily call him a black man and a white woman, because alchemically, it has a certain symbolism that he is darker and she is lighter. You know, like, it's an alchemical thing. And you could make that case here, because obviously Mary White knows a lot about, you know, the Thoth Tarot and alchemy and all of that, you know, but the way that she drew it feels very real. It doesn't feel alchemical. That's why this is my favorite Lover's card and not the Thoth Tarot Lover's card. That one is too alchemical. I don't see that as a black man and a white woman. I see that as a light aspect and a dark aspect. I don't see it as actual people like I do in the Marielle. And I just really love it and really appreciate it. And yeah. So that is it for my favorite Lovers cards and why. And I hope that I will see you guys here tomorrow for day 21. And until then, happy dabbling and bye-bye.